What's going on YouTube? Pistol Pete here. As you could tell by the title, today we're talking about the NS7. Last time I brought you the NS9, which obviously, common sense tells you the 9 is going to be 9-inch blade, 7 is a 7-inch blade. I really liked the 9. I thought it was pretty badass. I love recurves. I like Ontario. I like that it's made in the United States. I love the steel 5160. So I was like, yeah, I got to pick up the 7. I found a 7 on eBay for a pretty good damn price, so picked it up. So let's get started with the sheath. Okay, so sheath is nothing to write home about. I could admit that. You got your little attachments here for your lanyard. You're gonna strap it to your leg. It is MOLLE compatible here. It is that nylon style sheath. It does have a clamp here where you can put whatever you want in here, a little survival kit or whatever you want to put in it. Fire starter or sharpener or whatever floats your boat. It is the only thing I don't like. It does have Velcro here to strap the blade, so it is a little bit. I prefer a button. Let's just say that I prefer a button because you can get mud or blood or anything in that water, and this will eventually get gummed up and it won't stick. You're gonna have this not holding, so I prefer a button there. So the sheath is it's okay, and then let me put the blade in real quick. You can check out the rattle. So you see what it looks like within it too. Okay. So that's what it looks like in it, but it is loose. It's not staying in there. It's a loose fit. It does have rattle. If you're a person that cares about a rattle, you're not gonna like that. So I recommend maybe making a kydex for this if you're wanting to, because the knife's worth it. I think the knife is worth it. The knife is badass. So I would upgrade the sheath, in my opinion. I might even do that to get a kydex maker to make me something pretty badass. So let's get on to the blade. And I'll give you my opinion too. So look at this thing. Just beautiful. Look at that. I love that recurve, that swooping recurve in there. I know some people hate it. Some people love it. Some people say it's a bitch to sharpen. With me, I got a work sharp sharpener, so it's not a big deal at all. And there you can see where it says their logo right there, Ontario's logo for the Ranger series, and then the NS7. And on this side, it just says Ontario, USA. So, like I said, it has a 7-inch blade, has about a 5-inch handle, has that nice little pummel, has a fat hole there for lanyard. It is a 1/4 inch thick, which I love. All the way down, solid 1/4 inch thick of 5160. Spring steel, carbon steel. You have your canvas tan micarta handles. They are screwed on so you can remove them. A lot of people do paracord wrapping with it. Looks pretty bitching that way. And this thing came razor sharp. I mean, it is hair. Yeah, it's not gonna show on the black plate, but it's hair popping sharp. Yeah, razor sharp. And obviously, I'm gonna tell you the truth on this. I prefer this 7 over the 9 after comparing them both. And I'll tell you the reason why in a minute here. But other than that, I do like the handle. It does feel good in the hand. It is a little bit blocked. People will tell you that the main hated aspect of this knife is going to be the handle, because it is bulbous, round. It's almost like holding onto a 2x4. I have bigger hands, so it doesn't bother me. I can grab all the way around it. It fills my hand perfectly. But if you have a smaller hand, this is going to feel like a brick, like you're holding onto a brick in your hand. Some people will shave this down. They'll grind it down, or like they're trying to make it fit their hand better. I mean, you can do that. For the price of these, these are well under $100. So, well, they were. Let's put it that way. These are discontinued now. You can find them on eBay now and then for still pretty good deals. But these are discontinued. You gotta wait till they pop up on eBay. You can't get these in store anymore. It does have that black textured coating on it, which I'm not a fan of black coatings. You all know that. But the knife is bitching, and for the price, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna get it. I don't mind it. I don't mind black coating, but it's not my preference. I prefer satin finish, or if you're gonna go black, I prefer bluing than a coating, than like a Grivex or some sort of a black coated blade, because it just gets scraped up. It looks like shit. But going back to the knife, so let me tell you. Let me show you why I prefer this one over the. I mean, this one's a hitter. You swing, you feel the weight going down. I'm like, why does it feel so good chopping? You feel like you have a lot of momentum, a lot of power doing that. And the reason why, compared to the 9, the 9's faster, but it feels a lot more, it's hard to say, like a lot more like, how could I say, you just feel the inertia, it's not there. It feels more like a machete. This feels more like a knife, like more like a bowie or a working chopping knife. And let me show you the reason for that. After getting both, now here's, you remember the 9, this is the 9. And you look at it like this, they both look very similar. You know, this just looks like a this looks like a stretched out version of this, the 7. Other than that, they're identical, but not really. What I found, and which I don't like, I wish on the 9 they would have done the same thing with this. Check this out. Look at the girth on the 7 compared to the 9. See how this stays thick? If you can start here, go down, look. Stays thick all the way down, even all the way down till it gets to the tip, then it starts thinning out right here. Look at this one. Thick, thick, and thin, 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 right here. Super thin all the way to the tip. So you put it back there. You can see again, look how thick the 7 is to the 9. So it's not apples for apples. This one here has a lot more weight behind the edge than this one. This one's, again, it's more like a machete. So it's almost like they grabbed this one, and they stretched it out and didn't keep the stock the same. So it starts off 1/4 inch here, but tapers down super thin up towards the top. And so when it comes to chopping, I mean, this is like, you said, like a machete. It's super fast. I mean, you get fast cuts. This one, you feel, I mean, you could feel the weight going. I mean, you can feel the weight hitting. I mean, you hit stuff, this is gonna chop way better than this one will. So I wish they would have just made this the same thickness as this. That's what I'm saying. So I prefer when I'm swinging this around and holding it, it even feels, it's funny to say that this is longer and bigger. This one feels heavier. This one feels more weightier than this one. I have to physically measure it. Maybe it's just an illusion, but it has to be either it's not heavier, it's the same weight, just because this one's stretched out to more of a machete than it is a knife. And this one stays a freaking knife. So I'm digging this one. I'm glad I got this one. This one's badass. It feels so good in the hand. I recommend it. If you get this, you won't be disappointed with the 7, for sure. This one, you won't be disappointed either, but you'll get the more of a, like I said, you'll get more of a machete feel than you will a bowie or a working hardcore knife. So I just wanted to show you guys the 7. They do make a 4, which I believe is a 5-inch blade. I would like to pick that up sometime too. I haven't found any. Again, these are all discontinued, so I haven't found any on eBay that are good deal. You can find them, but people want, like anything, they want ridiculous amounts because they're discontinued when they're not really worth it. But once in a while, you get people that put reasonable prices. You know, like I see a couple up there for 150 bucks. I'm not paying 150 bucks for a 5-inch 5160 steel from Ontario when they sold new for like 30, 40 bucks. No, I'll wait, find one for around 60. I don't mind paying a little extra because I know it's discontinued. So if I can find it for 60, then I will. I'll get one around there. Hope. All right, guys, I'm gonna let you go. Sounds like the baby's up from her nap. And till next knife, gun, or whatever.